Hi, it's Susie here. Hope you had a great weekend. I had quite a relaxing weekend, did loads and loads of walking and cooking and stayed home quite a bit, like a lot of us. Welcome to a new week. I'm very excited about today's member spotlight because I get to introduce you to someone who's doing some really powerful work for so many women and someone who I have gotten the opportunity to work really closely with over the last couple of years. Let me introduce you to her. She's going to be giving us some really practical tips from her area of expertise. And each week's member spotlight is about that. It's about introducing you to one of the incredible women in the HerBusiness community and having her share her expertise with you, her expertise from her own business and the clients that she helps. And we might even have a few business tips along the way. So in introduction, I want to say that Tasha Jennings is a longtime member of the HerBusiness community, and she helps women proactively improve their fertility and their well-being in order to create healthy pregnancies and healthy babies. And she does this through one-on-one consultations. She's got her own supplement, and she works with fertility nurses as well. She's going to tell us a little more about what you could do, or those who you know who might be looking to conceive can do, as well as giving you an insight into her life as a working mum and a business owner. Let's go ahead and bring her on. Hey, Tasha, welcome.
Hi, Susie. Nice to be here.
Lovely to have you here. We were just talking offline about how you've been adjusting to homeschooling. How's that going?
Getting there, actually. We've settled into a routine now. So I've had conferences this morning with the kids, and they're downstairs doing their homework from the conference now. So yeah, getting there. And as we said, it's been nice to have them around, I have to say.
Yeah, great. Well, tell us, I kind of did an introduction around your business, but why don't you tell us about your business?
Well, as you said, I help proactive women and couples create healthy pregnancies and healthy babies by optimising their fertility wellbeing. So one-on-one consultations via Zoom, like we are now, which has been great for me to be able to still work remotely. Online courses, Your Fertile Pantry, because I'm really passionate about creating that healthy lifestyle prior to conceiving. And my prenatal supplements, Zycia Natal Nutrients, which provides, all the essential nutrients your body needs when preconception, pregnancy and breastfeeding.
Well, it would probably be quite obvious who your ideal client is, but as you know, we like to be very, very specific. So tell us who your ideal client is.
Well, I said in my introductory statement that we worked on, I really like to help proactive women and couples. You need to be able to make positive changes, and I obviously hold your hand through that process, but most of what I work with isn't just take this pill 3 times a day and see you in a month's time. They are reasonably significant changes. So I want people who are wanting to be proactive, wanting to create the best for their future baby. So proactive women and couples is really who I'm targeting that are going to make those positive changes.
I like that you say that, proactive, because similarly, I help proactive women who want to grow their business because we don't want to be working with clients who are reluctant. We're not trying to twist anyone's arm. We're looking for women who are willing to do what it takes to get the result that they're after. What advice do you find yourself typically giving the women that you work with, or the couples that you work with?
Well, one thing I always like to tell people is the importance of the 90 days prior to conceiving. I think there is a bit of a misperception. As once I fall pregnant, I'll start nourishing my baby because that's when I'm nourishing my baby. But you're actually nourishing your baby 90 days before you conceive. And that actually is more important, in my opinion, than what you do afterwards, because you have the opportunity to optimize the sperm and the egg and the DNA that you're passing on to your future child. So that improves your chances of conceiving, obviously, which is why I work so closely with IVF clinics, and they refer out so I can help do that. But it also improves the lifelong health of your future child. It improves the health of your pregnancy, so it reduces complications. If you can create the best embryo possible, and you have the opportunity to do that while egg and sperm are developing during those 90 days, because we have all the eggs we're going to have in our body, and they start to mature 90 days prior, so we can optimize that environment to get the best eggs possible.
Anything else? Any other advice that you give women?
Well, probably the age factor. I work with a lot of older women, and they're always like, "Oh, I'm too old to conceive. I'm pushing 40, or I'm over 40." Look, it is just a number. Age definitely affects fertility, but I've seen 40-year-olds with healthier eggs than 26-year-olds. So to me, it is just a number. There are so many other variables when it comes to trying to conceive. So if you are older and wanting to fall pregnant, do the work now. As I said, be proactive in your fertility wellbeing and see someone to make sure you get the right test done. I always recommend a few blood tests straight up so that people can see where their fertility health is and we can know where to target, because the number one thing I work with is unexplained infertility, but the treatment varies with everybody. So get the blood test done, see where you are, but it's just a number. There's a lot we can do, and there's a lot we can do to improve, regardless of what the results are, improvements we can make. And probably the third thing, as I said, is folic acid. We hear a lot about folic acid, the importance during pregnancy and preconception of the neural tube, but it's really important to note that folic acid is a synthetic supplemental source of folate, and folate's actually what we use. Folate's what we need in the body. Folate's what's used to do all those amazing things with our DNA. So just pumping your body full of folic acid that 50% of the population struggle to metabolize can be ineffective and can contribute to infertility, to miscarriage, to the inability to hold a pregnancy because we need sufficient folate. So that's why I created the prenatal supplement, to provide two different forms of folate, so providing folinic acid and folic acid and dietary sources. So that's something I always check with my patients. And even if your blood folate levels are okay, may not mean it's actually reaching your cells. So I do a couple of extra tests to make sure, is it actually getting inside your cells, or is that vitamin just floating around in your bloodstream? That's not helpful.
I love what you're saying, and we're going to give people specifically where they can find out more. And I know that you are still, working with women every single day. But just tell us, because I know that your supplement has been sold out for ages. You're just about to get some more inventory in, and I know people are going to be just snapping that up. So just tell us, you told us why you created it, but tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, I created it, I guess, for my pregnancy, really, because there was nothing on the market that I felt was good enough for my future child. And I was traveling a lot and saw other supplements that were better than what I could see was in the Australian market. The main difference is the folic acid and folinic acid. The combination makes a big difference. And the folate pathway, the metabolism pathway, isn't really a linear pathway. It's more cyclical. So if we can feed it at a few different points, so two different sources of folate, dietary sources as well, we're going to get better uptake. As I do extra blood tests to make sure that's then getting into their cells. So that's a key difference. Choline is the other thing that is really important. Now, choline has been hailed the rock star nutrient in the US. They really love it for pregnancy over there. And the American Medical Association have made recommendations just last year to say that it should be in every single prenatal multivitamin. Now, it isn't here, so do look for a multivitamin like Zycia, natal nutrients, that has choline in it. The other thing is the type of iron that's in there is really important. Iron should not constipate. Now, there's so many people, I can't take iron supplements, they constipate me. Right. If they're sitting in their gut, similar to the if it's sitting in your gut and it's causing black stool and causing constipation, then that's not reaching your cells and being metabolized. That's just causing issues. It should actually be being uptaken into your cells. So an amino acid chelate is a form of iron it's broken down into form the body can recognize and absorb. So far better uptaken into the body than, say, a ferrous sulfate or a ferrous fumarate, which can cause constipation. So generally a lower dose, but a better absorbed form of iron. And probably that's the number one thing I get from my customers who take Zycia is, I feel so much better on it. Even the customers who they had morning sickness. They're like, oh, I realized my prenatal was causing my morning sickness. Now I'm onto yours. I'm feeling so much better because it's getting to where it needs to be. It's not sitting in your gut. It's not causing any. It's getting to the bloodstream and being metabolized. So that's three big key points of difference for me.
If you're watching, which I know you are, you can hear how passionate Tasha is about what she does. She has a personal experience of having struggled with infertility, and now she's made this into a business. Now, I happen to know the history is that it started with a blog, but now you have so many ways that you work with your customers, including the supplement, including, we were just talking again before we came online, how you're able to work with women anywhere right now because so much of what you do is available online. You're creating the My Fertile Pantry program. And so if we talk about the business model, what I love about what Tasha is doing is that she continues to diversify the many ways that people can work with her. So she has amazing checklists and lots of freebies and things that are available to you. If you are a woman looking to conceive, or perhaps you have a daughter or a sister or a cousin or someone. And so there's lots of free things available. You have a podcast, but there's also that ability to work closely one-on-one virtually at this point with Tasha, who is invited to speak on all sorts of conferences because this is her area of expertise. Now, just before we go into the very specific ways that people can work with you, tell me, I hadn't planned to ask you this question, but when it comes to business, because I kind of, as I said, I get to see a little behind the scenes. What are you most excited about that you're working on right now in your business?
I guess there's two things at the moment, but my Your Fertile Pantry course is probably the number one thing that I've been wanting to get out there, and I know people have been looking for and wanting, and there's been so much interest. So it's really how to optimize those 90 days, create that fertile pantry, which I've seen in my patients. I've seen it work. I've seen the transformation. I've seen the egg quality improve, and I've seen the baby pictures afterwards. And that's probably the only thing working remotely is not being able to give them a hug, but we give each other virtual hugs when they get pregnant. So that's just, that really lifts my spirits. So creating that program and getting Zycia back in stock. It's so great that it's sold out. It's so great that the specialists are referring to it and recommending it now. So that relaunch is hopefully landing on Friday or Monday. I'm getting new stock. So to be able to supply that. And really it's been heartening, the demand for it. Even when it's been out of stock, I thought, people are just going to not want it. They're going to take something else. It's just going to die. But I've had the opposite. I've had so many people, that's okay, please let me know when it's in. My suppliers and the retailers are all like, no, we've got waiting lists. We've got writing everyone's names down. So it's really great that, okay, I have created something that people still want and are happy to wait for.
Well, Tasha is part of our Marketing Success Mastermind program. And so we've been working on, that launch because, when you have a product that's out of stock or you introduce a new product, the way you take it to market is so important. How you time it, what you say, what avenues you use. Are you doing ads? Are you doing emails, etc.? And so as I just mentioned, you're part of our Mastermind program, but you've been part of this community for quite a while. Tell me, for those who might be listening and may not know too much about HerBusiness and the way that it helps women grow and scale their business, what have been the benefits for you specifically in your business?
Look, it's hard to quantify. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be in the position I am, running the business I am remotely the way I want to do it around my kids, and it be successful without HerBusiness. And I have to say, when I joined the Mastermind, which was a big leap for me at the time, I felt I had a passion and a hobby and I loved helping women, but it certainly wasn't making money. So it was a big leap for me to join the Mastermind. It's turned my business around from pretty much the moment I joined. Having that network of people to ask questions of, to get that learning that I really needed, and tailored learning to what me as a business mum and business owner needs to know, and business woman, because there is a difference. So it really has been such tailored learning, and I just love the Facebook group. I know I was in there even before this launch, and I got a couple of, what we call them in the Marketing Success Mastermind, a bit of a love slap, as in, you need to put your face on this marketing. Your picture needs to go on here. I was like, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. And I'm so glad that you did give me that prompt, because it did make it look and come across a lot better. But getting that feedback at 11 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock in the morning when you want to know what to do, and you can just throw it up there and get advice from really successful business women and yourself and Michelle, it's just amazing.
Yeah, well, it's my pleasure. And for me, I just get the thrill of seeing women who, like you said, like the customers you want, who are proactively asking questions. They're getting the feedback and then they're implementing that feedback. They're not waiting for a silver bullet. They know that there's work to be done, but they know that they don't have to do it on their own. They know that there's expertise and support and mentoring available to them. So tell us very specifically, I'm going to pop your URL right here on the screen. What is the best way for people to get in touch with you, or tell us about the different ways you work with people and the best way for people to get in touch with you. That's probably a good way to go.
I guess the different ways I work with people is one-on-one. I always work via Zoom online. So I see patients. I've got patients in Kuala Lumpur. I've got patients in the UK. So all over the place, and in Australia as well, of course. So on tashajennings.com.au. I do single consultation packages where I create the fertility care plan for you, which is all my recommendations, reviewing your blood tests, recommending more, that sort of thing, and presenting that to you. So that's an initial consultation package. Or I have my Fertility for You program, which is full at the moment, but places opening up because I've had a couple of pregnancies. But I only take 10 people on every 3 months, and that's my hand-holding program. I guess that's me working with you to not only create that fertility care plan for you, but to implement it. And we see each other weekly, which I know my patients love because they sit in their bedroom or they sit in their lounge room, and they may have had IVF appointments and have a lot of blood tests and things like that they have to go out for. So we just sit together. I can usually get their husband involved as well, which I always like to work on that side of things too. And we meet once a week so they can really implement that plan and get the best results in those 90 days. And in those 90 days, I usually either send them back to the IVF clinic that has referred them, or sometimes they refer themselves, but a lot of referrals from IVF clinics. Or sometimes I feel a bit guilty, but they're pregnant before they go back, which is a nice side effect.
Very, very good. Well, thank you so much for joining me here today. We will make sure that the URL is here on this post as well. So if you're watching the replay,
freebie is tashajennings.com.au/checklist. If they want that freebie you were mentioning, the free checklist. Yeah, so tashajennings.com.au.
I wonder. I will add that link here below. Yeah. So it's as we're seeing it, but with the word checklist on the end. Terrific. Yeah. Thank you so much. I will see you inside of our mastermind group. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Susie. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. So that is the gorgeous Tasha Jennings. I do recommend that you head on over to her website. As she said, the Zycia supplement is coming back into stock this week, but also she has a number of checklists and resources. So I will put that link here below just when we finish up. She mentioned the Marketing Success Mastermind. This is our year-long mastermind program specifically designed for women business owners who are already doing well in business and they're really looking to up-level their marketing. They're really looking to create more automation, enter new markets, perhaps introduce a recurring revenue model, or to get out of the day-to-day of the marketing and really bring in a team. If that's something you're interested in, just put the word mastermind here below and my team and I will be in touch with you, or head on over to HerBusinessMastermind.com. That's HerBusinessMastermind.com. It's a very intimate group of business owners, and we are very selective about who comes in the group. But if that sounds like something that would interest you and you like the progress that you just heard Tasha having in her business, then go ahead and let us know. The other thing, while I've got you here, I want to let you know is we have a couple of events coming up. If you have a look at the events tab here inside this page or this group, wherever you're watching this video, you will see links to those great events. Some of them are member-only events inside the Her Business Network. Some of them are open to the general public. And if you're interested in getting an invitation to join the Her Business Network, which is where all the good fun stuff happens, then that's the URL for you there. Have a great day wherever you are. If you've got any questions, please hit us up for that. Bye for now.